They told us, I was just reading this the other day, and I brought it here just so I can read it to you guys, how ridiculous it is. Basically, they're telling us the way we underwrite our files is we have to use the best ability to underwrite a file on a conservative method. So in other words, what they want us to do is they want us to go back and look at the history of last couple of years when the loans were underwritten and which year had the lowest amount of foreclosures. Okay? And then they want us to go back to those years and take those underwriting standards and apply them to these loans. Well, guess what? It's going to be very hard to do. So basically what's going to happen is, you know, right now we underwrite a file. If somebody's been on their job 18 months, we take a year-to-date pay stub and we average it out and there it is. But if we're going to be not more conservative, or now we have hanging over our heads, hey, we're going to get sued. Guess what? Now we're going to say, no, you know what? The guy's maybe not making that money. Maybe we're only going to average it out 36 hours a week and $10 an hour. I mean, $10 an hour. Okay? That's what we're going to be forced to do. Okay? We have already seek legal counsel, such as Mike. We're going to continue the way we have been because there are certain exemptions to the QM that we're going to actually be abiding by. One of the rules that Mike mentioned about is whether a loan is QM or not. It's called the APOR, average prime offer rate. Right now, 1 out of 5 loans that we do falls into that category. So what do we have to do right now? We have to cut fees. We have to ask escrow to cut their fees. We have to ask everybody to cut their fees. Okay? That's 1 out of 5 that we have to cut their fees. We are still going to be able to do those. We're still going to do them. Okay? Because all we're going to do, if it's close to being an APOR issue, we're going to just lower our fees. Okay? That's basically, in a nutshell, how we're going to work with the realtors. That's how we work with them now. Okay? So we are still doing the high-priced ones. I think you're going to see that first of the year, the banks will not be doing them. Because again, they have opportunity to cherry pick, and they can just say, no, we're not going to take that hit right now. We'd rather just be conservative. The brokers are not going to really have a choice, because the brokers, what are they going to do? They're going to send it to a lender, and the lender now is going to be forced to face who they are. They're going to say, well, you know what? The loan itself, because it comes from a broker, it's a third party. It already has a risk, and now we're not going to put out another risk on top of that. Okay? So they're going to be more cautious about the loans that they write. So a lot of things are going to change. You know, a lot of times the realtors, you know, some of the questions that came across last week, well, this is not going to really affect me. Yeah, it's not going to. Because if FHA limits are down to 350, now we got conventional down to, debt ratio 41 to 43. Guess what? If they don't fit that, now we have to go up to a jumbo loan. Okay? And that's what we're going to be faced right now is the jumbo, because prices are going up. I mean, how many homes are around here, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,500 square feet, are going to be 350 and below, or 417 and below? No, you can't find them. So guess what? Now it's going to be a jumbo product. So anything above 417, the other option was before, let's push it to FHA and more, because now you're going to deal with jumbo pricing. Okay? Now we go back to jumbo pricing. Jumbo pricing is higher than regular conventional pricing. Now you got a debt ratio issue. Okay? So there's going to be a lot of changes, and that's why it's important. For our loan officers, we already started the whole process like 3 months ago. Our underwriters, they already been prepped to go by the 3-point and just to see if how we're going to deal with it. and we dealt with it fine. We already started the whole process, and that's why it's important, whoever you're doing business with, if they have not informed you of these changes, then either they think that nothing's going to happen, or they're hoping it's nothing going to happen, or they're just not interested in telling you guys. Okay? We do these seminars or presentations quite a bit. We do them to help our own loan officers so they know that this is a value added that we give to their realtors to show them what's going on. So next year comes around, all this takes effect January the 10th. So any loan that's the application's taken after January the 10th, all these rules will apply. Okay? It's going to be tough, but you know what? We've been through this before. Me and my brother Sam, this is our 5th cycle. So, you know, we adapt, but I think it's important that if whoever you're doing business with, they should already have adapted to how they're going to deal with it with your clients. Okay? If they have not, then there's going to be a problem, because what's going to happen is this. They're going to take an application, they're going to go through the whole process, they're going to go underwriting, and the file's going to be denied. And what's the first thing you're going to be doing? You're going to be mad.
When I hear
You would think a seasoned, well, you're going to say, well, seasoned loan officer told me this, or you should have been ready, or this and this and this. But you know what? You'd be surprised how many loan officers actually even know. You look up all the blogs, and again, most people think business is normal, but it's not. Okay? If you're thinking business is normal, you're fooling yourself. Okay? A lot of changes will happen. We are ready for them. I think there's a difference between us and a lot of other companies. We're unique because we're not going to let commissions stand in the way of closing a loan. You know, if it makes sense, we're not going to make. You know, you guys are making your 3. Like Mike said, portion of the loan officer's commission is already into that 3. Okay. Another thing, you guys are. I don't know how many of your transactions does the actual loan officer pay for the borrower's costs. You guys get that a lot out of the loan? Okay. Now, they will not be able to do that because if they get paid a 1.5 and they build another spread of 1.5 to cover those fees, that 1.5 is now also covered into that 3. Not going to happen. Okay, so the days of the loan officer paying for the closing costs is not going to happen. The good thing about when you're dealing with a mortgage banker is that when we pay our loan officers, it doesn't appear on any type of HUD-1 or anything like that. It's a secondary marketing transaction. We don't have to show it on the as part of the 3 points. Okay, because we close our loans, nobody knows who we sell them to, how we get paid, so on and so forth. So that's one of the good things working with a mortgage banker, because none of this has to be disclosed. If you're working with a broker, I'm sure you guys seen the HUD-1 where the rebate is on the bottom. Okay? There's no way to hide that. It's there. Because as soon as they do that, it's part of the 3-point rate. So there's a lot of things that a mortgage banker has versus a mortgage broker. And I don't know if you guys seen some of it. I mean, we're not trying to bag on them, but you know, the Mortgage Brokers National Association of Mortgage Brokers has been petitioning the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the congressman. They think that the 3-point rule is unfair, and it is. It is unfair because they have to disclose everything. So, you know, there's nothing we can do. That's why if you notice that a lot of them are trying to go from a mortgage broker to a banker and things like that, because you see a lot of things that are transitioning like that. But look at good luck in this environment. You got a warehouse line and so on and so forth. Another thing's happening. I don't know if you guys are aware. To be a full Eagle, because there's no mini Eagle, but an FHA to be FHA direct lender. Now the requirement is by March to file your net worth. And the net worth for a full mortgage banker is $2.5 million, but it's cash. It's not
liquid.
I mean, it's liquid cash. It's not fixtures, furnitures, and things like that. So some of the smaller bankers, once they go file their finances with HUD in March, if they don't have that cash, guess what? Now they become a broker. Okay? So what they're doing is the banks and all the system, what they're doing is they're